Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Number 28, Hempel, now at the plate for the Mustangs. All right, Mustangs with runners at second and third base. That pitch just a little outside, and that runs the count to 2 balls and no strikes. No outs here in the top of the first. Mustangs with runners in scoring position. Jackson Wilson on the mound for the Cardinals. That ball hit into right field. Mariuzzi can't bring it in, and that's going to score a run. Going to be 2 runs scored for the Mustangs on that hit to right field. And the double by Hempel brings in 2. And that's going to bring number 14, Vanderberg, the right fielder, to the plate. So a hit by pitch and another walk sends Raymer around, and that double by Hempel scores those 2 runs. Mustangs leading it now 2-0. Jackson Wilson kicks and delivers, and that ball is going to be hit into left center field. Brody Dial with the throw into second, and I believe they got him at second. But it does drive in another run for the Mustangs, and that makes it 3-0 here in the top of the first inning. River Oaks Mustangs leading the Cardinals. Coleman swings at the first pitch for strike 1. And that pitch, curveball outside the zone. And the count now is 1-1 to the Mustang pitcher, Coleman. Here comes a pitch from Wilson. That one just inside. And the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 away. Mustangs have gotten 3 across so far in the top half of the first inning. And that pitch low in the zone runs the count to 3 balls and a strike. Three-one count, 1 away. Cardinals trailing here in the top of the first early, 3-0 on a couple of base hits and a couple of walks, and swings through that one for strike 2. So that runs the count to 3-2 to Coleman. The payoff pitch on the way from Wilson, and that one is fouled back. And the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch misses just low and away, and that puts Coleman aboard with 1 away here in the top of the third. Criswell now the second baseman for the Mustangs to the plate, and we're going to have a timeout. Pitching coach Todd Schroeder going out to have a talk with Jackson Wilson here in the top of the inning. All right, everybody back in their spots. Jackson Wilson on the mound for the Cardinals. Number 2, the second baseman, Chriswell, up for the Mustangs. They've got a runner on first, and they lead 3-0 here with one away in the top of the first inning. Couple of walks by the Cardinals and a couple of base hits have brought 3 runs across so far for the Mustangs. And that pitch high in the zone. A 1-ball, no strike count. River Oaks Mustangs out of the Monroe, Louisiana area coming up to face the Cardinals here today at George Branch Field. Cardinals will return the trip later in the season and face them at their home field. And that pitch down the pipe there, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And a balk there by Jackson Wilson as he doesn't step off, and after he comes set, turns and looks over towards first base. So that moves the runner down to second base. Here comes the pitch by Wilson. That one popped up. Going to be out of play. A 1-ball, 2 strike count. 1 away here, top of the first inning. Mustangs leading the Cardinals early. They still with a runner out at second base. And Chriswell, their second baseman, at the plate. Jackson Wilson on the mound. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be high, and that's going to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll go through the defensive setup for the Cardinals one more time. Drew Bostic at first, Elijah Scantling at second, Jack Jeffus at shortstop, third base Michael Betts. Behind the plate, Daniel Chambers, Jackson Wilson on the mound. Left field, Aiden Zimmerman. Center field, Brody down. Out in right field is Mariuzzi. And for the first strikeout of the game, Chriswell goes down looking as Wilson gets the strikeout for out number 2. The catcher to the plate now for the Mustangs, number 20, Shows. Cardinals trying to get this last out and get their turn. Good curveball there by Wilson. Shows chases it on the outside, and that is strike 1. No balls, 1 strike count, 2 away, 3-0 here, top of the first inning. That pitch down in the zone. Good job by the catcher to keep it there in front of him, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. And Wilson delivers, runner goes, and throw down to third base, not in time, and going to have a runner now at third base. Two-away, Cardinals trying to get out of the inning. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to find the strike zone, evens the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 more strike here, and Wilson can go take a break for a minute. Let the Cardinal hitters put some runs on the board. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. That one down in the zone, runs the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 away. And we're in the top of the first inning. Mustangs lead the Cardinals 3-0. Here comes the payoff pitch from Wilson, and that ball's hit. Going to be fielded there by Jack Jeffers. Throw over is not going to be in time. Jeffers deep in the hole there at shortstop. Just did a good job to kill it, keep it out of the outfield. The throw over not in time, and that's going to bring another Mustang run home, and going to have a courtesy runner there for the catcher.
Batter number 8, third baseman Mercer.
And that pitch in for a strike. Their third baseman at the plate now, number 8, Mercer. That is their 8th batter of the inning. 2-away, Cardinals trying to get out of the inning here. And that pitch in the dirt runs the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. One count, 2 away. Wilson looks in, gets a sign, comes to the plate. That ball outside, and Chambers loses the ball on the exchange, and no throw down to second as Mustangs again with the runner in scoring position. All right, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. That ball fouled straight up, going to be out of play. Two balls, 2 strike count. 2 away, top of the first inning. Cardinals trailing the Mustangs 4-0 here early. And that one tapped over first base side, foul. And that one hit off the end of the bat. Michael Betts lets it go foul. Nice job by Betts. He charged it and let it go foul. Again, the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Here comes the pitch, and that one in the dirt. Daniel Chambers blocks the ball, but the runner goes down to third base. And the Mustangs 90 feet away from bringing home their 5th run in the top of the inning. And swings through that one, and that gets the Cardinals out of the inning. But not before the Mustangs score 4 runs. They leave 1 on a couple of walks and 3 hits. We're going to the bottom of the first inning. Cardinals trailing the Mustangs 4-0. All right, the Cardinals with some work to do here. They're trailing 4-0, bottom of the first inning. Leading it off, the Cardinal shortstop Jack Jeffus swings through the first pitch for strike one. Jeffus, Scantling, Utzi, Peyton Schroeder will be your first four. A 1-1 count to the shortstop, Jack Jeffus. We got about 5 more minutes of the sun right in our eyes. That ball finds the strike zone, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mustangs leading the Cardinals 4-0, and Jeffus swings it, strike through. That ball to the backstop, and Jeffus is going to take the base on the drop third strike. That brings Cardinal second baseman Elijah Scantling to the plate.
At the plate, second baseman, number 7, Elijah Scantling.
All right, Jack Jeffus unconventionally getting things going for the Cardinals, taking first base on the drop third strike, throw over to first base, sends Jeffus diving back to the bag, but he's there ahead of the tag. Here goes the pitch, and Scantling fouls it over to the third base dugout, and the count is no balls and a strike to Elijah Scantling. Coleman on the mound for the River Oaks Mustangs. Checks Jack Jeffus over at second. And looks in, comes set now. He's got his sign, delivers home, and Scantling hits that one up the middle, and it's going to be through the infield into the outfield. Scooped up by the center fielder. Throw over to third, not in time. Jack Jeffus safe at third, and Elijah Scantling in at first base with a single. Brings Marietzi to the plate.
Batter number 2, right fielder, Marietzi.
All right, Cardinals with a runner at third and a runner at first base. They trail 4-0. Marietzi at the plate with no outs, and Cardinals with the opportunity here to make up some runs. And throws over to third base. Nobody, no throw there, and Scantling takes second base on the no throw to third. And now the Cardinals with runners at second and third, no outs, and Utzi at the plate. Peyton Schroeder to follow Utzi, and that pitch outside for ball 1. Be Schroeder, Dow, and Bostic to follow Utzi here. And that ball low in the zone, blocked by the River Oaks catcher, and that runs the count 2 balls and no strikes. And that pitch on the edge of the plate for strike 1, 2 balls and a strike. Here comes the 2-1, and Utzi swings at that one, fouls it off on the third base side, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch a little outside the strike zone. Utzi swinging at it because the one before it in the same spot called a strike. Utzi watches that high and away pitch, and it's a 3-2 count now to Marietzi. All right, here comes the payoff pitch, and he fouls that one off. Staying alive at the plate, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Mariuzzi. Runners at second and third for the Cardinals. Utzi trying to drive a couple of runs home with a base hit here, and he fouls that one straight back into the fence. And he is fighting his way, trying to get on base here for the Cardinals. All right, 3-2 count. And Coleman comes set. And that pitch in for strike 3. Mari Utzi watches an off-speed pitch down the middle, and Utzi goes down on strikes.
Now batting, number 19, Peyton Schroeder.
Peyton Schroeder to the plate now, DHing tonight for the Cardinals. And Peyton gonna try to drive in a couple of runs here for the Cardinals. Cardinals trailing 4-0 here, bottom of the first inning, but they are threatening with runners at second and third base. He fouls that first pitch off the end of the bat over on the third base side, and Peyton trails in the count, no balls and a strike. Here comes a pitch from Coleman. High pitch, swung on, hit in the air to center field, left center. Jack Jeffers going to tag up, and he scores, and Elijah Scantling moves over to third. So Schroeder drives a run home on a sac fly to left field.
Batter, number 10, center fielder, Brody Dow.
Brings Brody Dow to the plate. And that pitch a little inside. Brody Dow ducks under it to keep it from hitting him in the head, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. And Dow swings through that one, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 away in the bottom of the first inning. Cardinals trailing the Mustangs 4-1. Opening week of baseball here at CamdenFairview, third game of the week for the Cardinals. And that one inside, Brody hits it off the handle, but that's going to be a fair ball hit into kind of no man's land behind third base, and that scores another run for the Cardinals. Hey, it wasn't pretty, but it did the job done, and the Cardinals now trail 4-2. And the Cardinal first baseman, Drew Bostic, comes to the plate.
At the plate, the first baseman, number 8, Drew Bostic.
And that pitch is going to be outside. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike to the Cardinal first baseman, Drew Bostic. 2 away here, bottom of the second inning. Cardinals with a couple of runs across. That one going to be high and a little tight. And the count now 2-0 to Drew Bostic. Brody Dow stands down at first base. And that ball hit off the end of the bat over to the shortstop. Fielded, and the throw to first gets Drew. And the Cardinals leave a runner. They get 2 across, and we're headed to the top of the second inning. Cardinals trailing now 4-2.
Now batting number 6, left fielder of Woodring.
All right, leading it off for the Mustangs, number 6, Woodring playing left field. That pitch swung on and fouled over on the first base side for strike one. All right, Cardinals trailing the Mustangs 4-2 in the top of the second inning. Woodring leading it off for the Mustangs in the inning. That pitch swung on and missed. And Wilson ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch just a little low. Good looking pitch there from Wilson. And Woodring lays off of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cardinals will play tomorrow night from Parker's Chapel starting at 4:30. Early game tomorrow. A 1 ball, 2 strike count. Sun just about to get where you can see first base. Here comes the pitch from Wilson. Swung on and missed. Nice job by Chambers to hold on to it. And Wilson with the strikeout to start off the inning. LaForge now the batter for the Mustangs. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. And that pitch down the middle, he fouls it off. And Jax Wilson trying to find no balls and a strike. 1 away here, top of the second inning. Cardinals trailing the Mustangs 4-2. And Wilson with the delivery. That curve just outside the strike zone, and the count even at 1 ball and a strike. A 1-1 pitch on the way from Wilson. That one outside. Daniel Chambers snags it there. 2 balls, 1 strike count. And that pitch in for strike number 2. Count even now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that pitch in for strike number 3 and the second strikeout of the inning for Wilson. And that's going to bring the center fielder Raymer to the plate. He reached on a walk.
11, Raymer.
And that pitch trails inside for 1 ball and no strikes. Cardinals trailing 4-2. They've got 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Here comes the pitch from Wilson, and Raymer lays off of that one. He thought about taking a cut at it. Good looking pitch. Where you want it to be, you want him to swing at it. He did a good job of laying off in the count. 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the pitch by Wilson, and that one's fouled off. And the count now 2-1 to Reimer. Cardinals like to get 3 up, 3 down here, get back to the plate, add some runs here, and pull ahead here in the contest. And here comes the pitch from Wilson, and stays high. And the count now 3-1 to Reimer. All right, 3-1 count. Wilson looks in. He's got what he wants. And that one's going to be hit off the end of the bat, fielded by Jeffers. And over to first base. Drew Bostic catches it, and that retires the side. And the Cardinals put them up 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, and head to the bottom of the second inning. They trail 4-2. All right, Jackson Wilson to lead it off for the Cardinals here. Bottom of the second inning, they're trailing 4-2. And that pitch a little high and inside. A 1-ball, a no strike count to Jackson Wilson. And Wilson hits that one into center field, and the left fielder comes over, makes the catch, and puts it away for out number 1. Good contact, long fly ball, but right at the left fielder as he moved over and made the catch. That brings Michael Betts to the plate. First pitch to Michael Betts. Outside for ball 1. Betts digs in. Coleman kicks and delivers. That one's going to be high in the zone, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the pitch, and that one down the pipe, and the count 2-1 now to Michael Betts. Third game of the week for the Cardinals, 1-1 on the year so far. Here comes the pitch, and Betts swings, hits that one, fielded by the shortstop, but he not able to keep it in his glove, and Michael Betts going to reach first base. Aiden Zimmerman getting the start tonight in the left field comes to the plate for the Cardinals.
Number 5, left fielder, Aiden Zimmerman.
And first pitch to Zimmerman outside. A 1 ball and no strike count to Aiden Zimmerman. And that pitch in for a strike evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike to Aiden Zimmerman. One away here in the bottom of the second inning. Cardinals trailing 4-2, but Michael Betts down at first base. Coleman going to throw over and check Betts. He back to the bag. And Zimmerman swings through that one for strike number 2. And that curveball just missed, and the count goes to 2-2. And that throw over to first gets away from the first baseman, rolls to the fence. Michael Betts is going to round second base, headed towards third, and Michael Betts is standing up at third base on the air throw over to first. That puts another run from the Cardinals 90 feet away. Let's see if Aiden Zimmerman can bring him home here. 1 away. We are in the bottom of the second inning. Cardinals trail 4-2. And that pitch stays up in the zone, and the count now, I believe, is 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way, and that one catches the inside corner. Zimmerman thought he had ball 4 and punches him out, and that brings Jack Jeffus to the plate.
Number 4, Jack Jeffus.
Jeffus with a strikeout there in the first inning, but reached first base on a drop third strike. Came around to score. Now with the opportunity to drive Michael Betts home. First pitch hit over to third base, and he is able to dig it and get the out. So a little explanation on the out. We thought that the throw wasn't in time, but umpire says he's out. So that's it for the Cardinals in the bottom of the second. They leave one stranded. They are trailing the Mustangs 4-2, headed to the top of the third inning.
Batter for the River Oaks Mustangs.
All right, Hempel leading it off for the River Oaks Mustangs here in the top of the third inning. They lead the Cardinals 4-2. First pitch to Hempel outside for ball one. Jax Wilson on the mound for the Cardinals. That pitch low and in the dirt, and the count now 2 balls and no strikes to Hempel. Swings at that one, hit past the first baseman over there, hopped right over his glove, and Hempel's going to be safe at first with a base hit. Number 14, the right fielder, Vanderberg, to the plate. All right. Time called out at first base. I don't know. Hempel had an issue there. He's got it corrected, and we are back live. That pitch in for a strike. Good looking pitch there by Jax Wilson. No balls, 1 strike. Runner aboard for the Mustangs. Throw back over to first base. Runs Hempel back to the bag. Jax Wilson with the sign. That pitch inside bounces off over to the right side of home plate. Daniel Chambers gets it, no throw down to second, and the Mustangs with a runner now in scoring position with no outs here in the top of the third inning. They lead the Cardinals 4-2. And swings through that curveball, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Four to 2 lead for the River Oaks Mustangs here. Cardinals trying to find their rhythm. Here comes the pitch from Jackson Wilson. That one just off the plate, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wilson looks in, checks behind him. Here comes the pitch, and again, just off the plate. And the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count. Now to Vanderberg, the Mustang right fielder. And he hits that one off the fist of the bat, just off the glove of second baseman Elijah Scantlin. Rolls into right field, and the Mustangs going to have runners at the corners with no outs here in the top of the third inning.
Batter number 27, Coleman.
Brings the pitcher, number 27, Coleman, to the plate for the Mustangs. Mustangs with runners at the corners, no outs, and a 4-2 lead here in the top of the third inning. Here comes the pitch, and it's high and inside. And no throw. And fake throw, nobody ran on third base, so now it is runners at second and third. Well, 1 ball, no strike count, no outs, top of the third inning. And the Mustangs threatening again. That pitch again in the dirt. Daniel Chambers blocks it. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the pitch in at the knees for a strike. And the count now 1 ball and a strike. Here comes the pitch, and that one's hit in the air, center field. Brody Dow moves over it under it, and the runners are tag and throw on the way home. And out in front of the plate, Daniel Chambers catches it, but a run scores for the Mustangs, and that makes it a 5-0 game.
Number 2, Criswell.
Criswell now to the plate for the Mustangs. But 1 away, 5-2 lead for the Mustangs here, top of the third inning. And that ball hit just out off the outstretched glove of Jack Jeffers into shallow left field, and that scores another run for the Mustangs. All right, 1 away, 6-2. Mustang lead, runner at first base for the Mustangs. Jax Wilson kicks, delivers that one, finds the strike zone, good looking curveball, and Wilson up in the count, no balls and a strike. All right, Jackson comes set. Here comes the delivery, and that one over the head of the batter, and Daniel Chambers snags it there in the count 1-1. Runner goes, and that pitch high and inside. No throw as the runner takes second base uncontested, and there is again another runner in scoring position for the Mustangs. 1 away in the top of the inning. Mustangs now with 2 runs across, making the score 6-2 over the Cardinals. And Wilson to the plate, swings at a high fastball, and the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Mustangs with a runner at second base. Jackson Wilson with the sign. Here comes the delivery, and inside, slid over and caught there by Daniel Chambers. Runs the count 3 balls, 2 strikes. And in for a strike on the corner. Nice pitch there by Wilson, and 2 down now in the inning.
Batter number 8, Mercer.
Going to bring Mercer, the third baseman, to the plate for the Mustangs. Two-away, top of the third inning. Cardinals trailing 6-2 to the River Oaks Mustangs out of Monroe, Louisiana. And Jackson Wilson with the sign. He delivers that pitch in the dirt. Daniel Chambers slides over, keeps it out in front. Nice block. 1 ball, no strike count. And the runner goes. That pitch outside. Daniel Chambers, again, no throw to third base. And 30, let's see. Third base now. Runner in scoring position for the Mustangs. Two-away. Cardinals trying to get this final out here. That pitch outside. And the count now, I believe it's 3 balls and a strike. And that pitch in for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike count. Here comes the pitch, swing through that one, and the count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Two-away, Cardinals trailing 6-2, top of the third inning. Let's see if they can get the out, get back to the plate here in the second inning. That one straight down the pipe, just a little high. Good place to miss if there's such a thing, and that brings Wooding to the plate. And gonna have, looks like a pitching change maybe for the Cardinals as Coach Austin May makes his way to the mound. And we're gonna take a break with him. I believe we are gonna have a pitching change. Looks like Charlie Lewis headed to the mound for the Cardinals. All right, defensive changes for the Cardinals. Charlie Lewis on the mound now for the Cardinals. Drew Bostic behind the plate. Jax Wilson moves over to first base.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? On the mound for the Cardinals, number 6, Charlie Lewis. At the plate, number 6, Woodring for the Mustangs.
All right, 2 away here in the top of the third inning. Mustangs with 2 runs across. Woodring to the plate. And the Cardinals trail it 6-2. Charlie Lewis looks in, gets a sign from Drew Bostic, squares to bunt, and runner goes no throw with a runner on third. And he goes down to second. Uncontested runners now at second and third base. A 1 ball, no strike count, 2 away. Cardinals trying to get this last out before the Mustangs can get any more runs across. That ball low in the zone, and the count now 2-0 to the Mustang batter, Woodring. Six to 2 Mustang lead over the Cardinals. They're trying to get to the plate and get some of those runs back here. 3-0 count. Charlie Lewis trying to find the strike zone here. And that pitch up in the zone, and first base open, but that loads the bases for the Mustangs. LaFard coming in. Cardinals with a force anywhere here, and just strike him out, put it in play, step on the bag, and let's go hit. Charlie Lewis kicks and delivers that one inside, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. All right. Charlie Lewis with the sign. Here comes the pitch in the dirt. That bounces on the plate and out of play up over the backstop. That brings a run home. That ball bounced off the plate, out of play. And that pitch just below the knees, and a 3-0 count to the Mustang hitter. And that one's in there. Charlie Lewis now on track. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Cardinals just need this last out, and they can come to the plate. Here comes that pitch, and it's outside, gets past the catcher on the wild pitch, and 8-2 lead now for the Mustangs. And Drew Bostic out to the mound. And runner goes no throw down to second base, and runner on third doesn't bite. He stays put. And again, runners at second and third, 2 away, and Cardinals struggling to get this last out here in the top of the third inning. And that one off the plate. And no ball, or 2 balls, no strikes. And that one in the dirt, blocked by the catcher. And the count now 3 balls and no strikes.
You got it, Chuck.
3-0 count. Here comes the pitch, and that one off the plate as well. And again, that loads the bases for the Mustangs. Hemphill back to the plate for the Mustangs as time is called. Todd Schroeder going to go out and settle Charlie Lewis down. 8-2 is the lead here in the top of the third. Mustangs over the Cardinals.
First baseman, Hemphill.
Hemphill back up for the Mustangs here in the inning. And Mustangs with the bases loaded. 2 outs. And first pitch to Hemphill, and this is outside. And the count is 1 ball and no strikes. That pitch fouled off and evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that one outside. 2-1 the count. Two one count. And that pitch hit on the ground, fielded by Elijah Scantlin. Throw over to first base, and Cardinals just can't put it together. Got them in a rundown.
Come on, Cards. Let's go, guys.
2
Shake
more
it
runs
off.
across.
Let's
Right fielder, Vandenberg.
Runner going to third.
shake it off. You got it, guys.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Cardinals trying to find this last out. That pitch high in the zone. 11-2 lead now for the Mustangs. Cardinals struggling to get the out and really just overcompensating here trying to make something happen to get the out and just leading to more runs for the Mustangs. That pitch in for strike. And that one hit, fielded by Jack Jeffers and scooped, and Cardinals finally get the third out of the inning. Big inning there for the Mustangs. They send 7 across the plate in the inning. They leave a runner stranded. We're headed to the bottom of the third inning. Mustangs with a big lead, 11-2. All right, Cardinals going to try to get something going here. Bottom of the third inning, they trail big, 11-2. A big inning there for the Mustangs, and that pitch high and away. Scantling not fooled on that one, and the count 1 ball and no strikes to the Cardinals' second baseman. And Coleman working fast. That pitch high in the zone, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. Coleman again with the kick and delivery. Scantling swinging through that one. 2-1 the count now. Here comes the pitch, and high and inside. 3-1 count now to Elijah Scantling. The Elijah Scantling, Marietzi, Peyton Schroeder due up. Brody Dow, Drew Bostic would follow. That pitch in for a strike, and the count full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Elijah Scantling. And that one high and away. Scantling gonna go down to first base, and the Cardinals with the base runner. Marietzi to the plate now for the Cards.
Number 2, Marietzi.
Pitch from Coleman outside, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. And throw back over to first. Scantling dives in ahead of the ball, and he is safe at first. 1 ball, no strike count. 11-2 Mustang lead here, bottom of the 3rd inning. Cardinals trying to get something going here, and that pitch low. And the count to Mariuzzi, 2 balls and no strikes. Two-0 pitch on the way. That one inside, and the count's 3 balls and no strikes. Three-0 pitch to Utzi. He swings away and fouls that one off over the fence on the third base side. The count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Utzi drives that one in to left field over the head of the left fielder. Elijah Scantling is going to round third base. He's coming home. Mariuzzi, stand up triple RBI for Mariuzzi. That is what the Cardinals needed right there to get things going. Nice hit there by Utzi. Drives home Elijah Scantling and puts a run on the board for the Cardinals. Peyton Schroeder to the plate now, DHing for the Cardinals tonight, with a chance to drive another Cardinal run home here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. No outs. Here comes the pitch. That's high in the zone, and Schroeder lays off. 1 ball, no strikes. And that pitch down low, and the count 2 balls and no strikes to Peyton Schroeder. And looks like we're going to have time called here as River Oaks maybe having a pitching change here. Conference on the mound anyway. We'll take it with them. All right, Coleman stays on the mound for the Mustangs. Peyton Schroeder in the box with a 2-0 count. Mariuzzi at third base. That pitch down the pipe for a strike. 2 balls and a strike now to Peyton Schroeder. Two-one. Peyton Schroeder swings, hits that one high into right center field, and center fielder under it for the catch, but drives home Mariuzzi, and the Cardinals put another run on the board there with the sac fly from Peyton Schroeder. All right, Brody Dow up for the Cardinals now.
Now batting number 10, Brody Dow.
1 away, and Dow stands in. And that one over the head of Dow. The count 1 ball and no strikes. And again over the head inside, and the count 2-0 to Brody Dow. 2-0 count. Cardinals trail now 11-4. And that one finds the corner of the plate. Count now 2 balls and a strike. And Dow hits that one, ground ball, shortstop, fielded throw over to first in time for the out. And there's 2 away now for the Cardinals in the inning. Drew Bostic to the plate now for the Cardinals.
Number 8, the catcher, Drew Buster.
Cardinals trying to chip away at the big lead, and that pitch in for a strike. Curveball started off high, fell down right over the plate. And Drew hits that one over the head of the pitcher into center field, and Drew Bostic going to be on with a base hit here to keep the Cardinals going in the 3rd inning. Jackson Wilson now to the plate for the Cardinals. And Aiden Evans going to come in and run for Drew Bostic.
21, Jackson Wilson.
Go, Jax. Let's go 2-1.
And that one high and away, ball 1 to Jackson Wilson. (11-4) lead for the Mustangs. Cardinals trying to chip away at it. 2-0 now the count to Jackson Wilson as that one comes across the plate. About eye level. 2 away, but a runner at first base for the Cardinals. And throw over. Aiden Evans back on the bag, plenty of time. Comes the pitch, and it's right over the edge of the plate, and the count 2 balls and a strike to Jackson Wilson.
All right, Jax. Let's go, babe.
And runner goes. Wilson fouls it back into the parking lot. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And throw back over behind the diving Aiden Evans. And that one again fouled back into the parking lot.
Come on, Jax. You can do it.
Count 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here, top of the 3rd inning. Cardinals with 1 aboard, and they trail 11-4. Wilson staying alive, fouls that one back. Two balls, 2 strikes on Jackson Wilson. And here comes a delivery. That one's high in the zone, and no throw down as Aiden Evans takes second base, and the Cardinals now with a runner in scoring position. 3-2 count, 2 away. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Cardinals trying to chip away at 11-4 Mustang lead. And here comes a payoff pitch, and it's going to find the zone and punch Wilson out. Cardinals leave one stranded. They get a couple across. All right, Charlie Lewis back on the hill for the Cardinals. Coleman leading it off for the Mustangs. Swings his first pitch, hits it in the air, right field. Mariuzzi under it for one pitch and one out.
Batter number 2, Criswell.
All right, Criswell to the plate now for the Mustangs. Charlie Lewis, one pitch, one out, and that one high in the zone. One ball, no strikes, one away. Mustangs with an 11-4 lead here. Cardinals trying to chip away at it a little at a time. That one misses low and inside, and the count 2-0 now to Criswell. Here comes the pitch, swing and fouls it back, and the count now 2 balls and a strike. Two-one count, one away. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Cardinals trailing 11-4. And Charlie Lewis on the mound, and that pitch low as Criswell squared the bunt, pulled it back in the count 3 balls and a strike. And that one swung, hit up the middle. Jack Jeffers got it, throws over to Jackson Wilson for out number 2. And 2 away now, top of the fourth.
Now batting the catcher, number 20, Show.
The catcher for the Mustangs, number 20, Shows to the plate. 2 away now here. Cardinals would like to get out of this inning pretty quick here and get back to the plate. And that pitch hits him in the leg, and that's going to send Shows down to first base. Going to bring Mercer to the plate now for the Mustangs. And Shows going to have a runner, courtesy runner for the catcher.
Courtesy running for the catcher.
Swings through that one. Runner goes, throw down to second, and got him. Drew Bostic throws him out at second base, and that ends the inning for the Mustangs with the throwdown, and the Cardinals headed to the plate.
Michael Betts leading it off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Drives that ball up the middle and into center field for a base hit. So Cardinals starting it off right here in the bottom of the fourth inning with a base hit. Going to bring Aiden Zimmerman to the plate.
First pitch to Aiden Zimmerman is a ball, and the count 1-0. Michael Betts stands over at first base. Second pitch in to Zimmerman. Off the plate inside, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. And Zimmerman swings at that one, hits it over. Too short. They get the I couldn't see the play. They got several. And a little discussion. They're saying the drop was on the transfer, so force out at second will stand. And Zimmerman
The batter,
hitting into fielder's choice there. Jack Jeffers now to the plate. And that one inside to Jeffers. One away in the inning. Cardinals trail 11-4, trying to chip away at this lead by the Mustangs. Mustangs with a big third inning with 7 runs across in the frame. This pitch on the outside edge, and that evens count 1 ball and a strike. Aiden Zimmerman at first base. 1 away. 11-4 Mustang lead over the Cardinals, bottom of the 4th inning. Big curveball. Jeffers swings through it. Zimmerman down to second base and has the stolen base, moving a Cardinal runner into scoring position. One away, 2 ball, 1 strike count to Jack Jeffers. Coleman still the pitcher for the Mustangs, and that pitch, wild pitch to the backstop, and that's going to send Zimmerman down to third base. 3-1 count to Jack Jeffers. Runner now standing at third for the Cardinals. Elijah Scantling to follow Jack Jeffers here in the inning. Here comes 3-1. Jeffers hits it off the end of the bat, foul. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two-two pitch on the way from Coleman, and Jeffers swings through that for the strikeout. Brings Elijah Scantling to the plate. 2 away for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And swings its first pitch, hits it over to third base, fielded, and the throw over in time gets Scantling. Cardinals leave one stranded, no runs across, and we're headed to the 5th inning. Cardinals trailing 11-4.
All right, Cardinals with a new pitcher, number 4, Jack Jeffers, moves to the mound.
And on the mound for the Cardinals, Jack Jeffers.
Aiden Zimmerman moves to first base. Elijah Scantling still out at second. Michael Betts, shortstop. Jackson Wilson moves over to third. And first pitch swing, and Mercer fouls it back over the third base dugout. Left field, Mariuzzi moves from right over to left. Brody Dial still in center, and Charlie Lewis out in right field for the Cardinals. 11-4 is the lead for the Mustangs here, top of the fifth inning. And Jack Jeffers delivers that one in just a bit off the plate, and the count now 1-1 strike. That one in for a strike, and the count now 1-2 strikes to the Mustang third baseman.
Go, Jack, Jack.
And Jeffers with the delivery swings through it for the strikeout, and Jeffers sets the first Mustang batter down with a strikeout. Woodring, the batter now for the Mustangs. One away. Woodring, your batter for the Mustangs, and the first pitch was a ball. That curveball in for a strike, and the count evens at 1 ball and a strike. One away. Cardinals trailing 11-4. They're anxious to get back to the plate, chip away at the Mustang lead. And that one a little low. 2 balls, 1 strike is the count. Here comes the pitch from Jeffers, fouled back into the screen. Two count, 1 away. Jeffers with the delivery. And curveball, he swings through it, and Jeffers with the second strikeout of the inning.
Jack, Jack.
Shortstop Lafargue at the plate.
Lafargue now at the plate for the Mustangs. Hit by a pitch, struck out, and walked in the game. Jack Jeffers with the delivery, and he swings through that one for strike 1. And that one just a little high. Jack Jeffers finding his rhythm here, and he's got a 1-1 strike count, 2 strikeouts here in the inning. And here he comes with the delivery, and that curveball finds the zone, and Jeffers ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And just off the plate, the frog didn't bite. And the count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 away here. Top of the 5th inning. Cardinals trying to get back to the plate, and that one just missed. And the count full now 3-2. All right, payoff pitch on the way. And it is right down the pipe. Jeffers looks at 3 batters, sets 3 batters down with strikeouts. Cardinals headed to the bottom of the 5th. They got some work to do. It's 11-4. Mariazzi leading it off for the Cardinals. Fair ball. That's going to be all the way to the fence. Mariazzi making the turn. He is going to go in for his second triple of the night. And he turns the corner, thought about coming home. Right down the first base line all the way to the fence. And Mariazzi with a stand-up triple to start off the 5th inning.
Batter number 19, Pete Schroeder.
Peyton Schroeder now your batter for the Cardinals. And Schroeder fouls that outside pitch off the tip of the bat.
That one started inside, curved right there at the end. Schroeder did all he could do with it, hitting off the end of the bat, fouled it back. Eleven to 4 Mustang lead, but the Cardinals trying to chip away. And Schroeder fouls that one off, and he's in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Utsi, Schroeder, Dow, Bostic due up in the inning. And that one outside. Schroeder lays off, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Schroeder swings at that one, hits it over the head of the third baseman into left field, and Peyton going to have an RBI there as Mari Utsi comes across. Brody Dow to the plate now. Cardinals with no outs in the inning, and
Center fielder, Brody Dow.
a chance here to make up some ground on the Mustangs. Peyton Schroeder standing down at first base with the RBI single. Again, that pitch thrown over the head of Brody Dow. Throw over to first base, Schroeder back to the bag. Coleman gone the distance thus far for the Mustangs. And starting to pay a little more attention over there to the runners. And here comes the pitch, and that one again inside. Brody checks his swing, fouls it off back to the fence, and the count is 1 ball and a strike. High fastball up there, right where it's easy to see on the eyes, and Brody checked his swing. He hits that curveball, going to be over the shortstop, throw over to second base, and the ball's dropped. Peyton Schroeder safe at second, Brody Dow safe at first, and Drew Bostic to the plate now for the Cardinals. Drew Bostic now to the plate. Looks like we will have a pitching change for the River Oaks Mustangs. No transfer of the ball thus far. Let's see what we're going to do here. And looks like Coleman's going to stay on the mound. So Coleman staying on the mound. Cardinals with runners at first and second.
Now batting number 8, Drew Bostic.
No outs here in the inning, and Drew Bostic to the plate for the Cardinals with a chance here to push some more Cardinal runs across the board. And Drew reaches down, gets that one over, and that is force out at second. No throw over to first, and now runners at the corners for the Cardinals with 1 out. All right, Jackson Wilson to the plate. And
Aiden Evans, courtesy running for the catcher.
11-5 now the score in the ball game. Cardinals still trailing, but they're chipping away at it. 1 away, runners at the corners. And Jackson Wilson looks at a pitch on the very inside part of the plate. And strike 1. No balls and a strike to Jackson Wilson. Coleman comes set. And the pitch. And That one hit high in the air and caught in right field. Tagging up is Schroeder, and he's going to come across. And Jackson Wilson with an RBI, scoring Schroeder, and that takes another one, makes it one run closer, 11-6 now. The score. Cardinals trying to fight their way back into this one. Aiden Evans stands at first, 2 away in the inning. And runner goes, pitch in the dirt, no throw on the pitch. Well, 1 ball, no strikes, the count. And that ball outside for ball 2. Cardinals chipping away, 11-6 now. And that pitch in for a strike. Two balls and a strike to Michael Betts. Started the game at third, moved over to short. Trying to drive home a run here in the 5th inning. Swings through that one. Fastball at the letters. And the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Go, Michael.
2 away here, bottom of the 5th inning. Cardinals trying to chip away at the 11-6 lead. And Betts swings through that one for the strikeout. Cardinals leave one stranded. They get a couple across here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the score now 11-6. All right, Jack Jeffers back on the mound. And that pitch hit off the end of the bat, fielded over at shortstop, throw over to first in time, scooped by Zimmerman for the out. Number 28, Hempel, to the plate now for the Mustangs.
Number 28, Hempel.
And swings through that one for strike one. And that pitch just a little low in the zone. Good looking pitch, just a little low, and the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. And Hempel hits that one into right field, and Charlie Lewis can't come down with it and throw back into the infield. And going to be a stand-up double for Hempel.
Hi, boys.
Right fielder, number 14, Vandenberg.
All right, Vandenberg steps in for the Mustangs. 1 away in the top of the 6th inning. Jack Jeff's going to turn around, check Hempel over there at second.
Good job, Jack.
That pitch in for a strike. Good looking pitch there by Jeffers. And Jeffers going to turn and throw over to second again. And Hempel back again to the bag. Cardinals trailing 11-6. They've chipped away at it here a little at a time. Big looping curve there by Jeffers. And the no ball, 2 strike count. Jeffers coming set, long look over to second. He comes home with the pitch. That one low, caught by the catcher.
Should be a black one.
A 1 ball, 2 strike count. And that one just missed. Good looking pitch there by Jeffers. Curveball just must have been off the edge of the plate just a little, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 away, Cardinal or Mustangs with a runner at second. And an 11-6 lead. And swings through that curveball for a strikeout. Nice job there by Jack Jeffers. 3, 4 strikeouts, I believe, since he's come in the game here. 2 away in the top of the 6th inning. Cardinals trying to get out of this one, get back to the plate, try to chip away at this lead some more. And turn and throw again. And back safe.
Step on his hand.
Time called by the infield umpire. And hard to see what's going on out there, but he's returning to his spot. Here comes a pitch, curveball outside off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes to The pitcher, Coleman, is the batter. And that one out going to be off the plate as well. 2 balls and no strikes. And that ball hit off the end of the bat, foul.
And the count 2-1 now to Coleman. 2 away. Cardinals trying to get this out. Come back to the plate. Two balls and a strike. Jack Jeffers going to turn and throw. Check the runner back at second. And runner back in time. And that pitch hit high in the air. Mariuzzi coming on, and Brody Dow comes in from center field. Calls Utzi off, makes the catch, and the Cardinals are out of the inning. Mustangs leave one stranded, none across. We're going to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cardinals with some room, or with some room to make up here. They trail at 11-6.
Now batting number 5, Aiden.
All right, Aiden Zimmerman going to lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th for the Cardinals. Coleman still on the bump for the Mustangs. Cardinals trail 11-6. And that pitch in for a strike in the count, 1 ball and 1 strike now to Aiden Zimmerman. And that one high in the zone, and the count now 2 balls and a strike. Here comes the pitch from Coleman. That one falls in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Zimmerman swings at that one, fouls it off over the first base dugout. The count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Coleman delivers the pitch, and that one high in the zone. Zimmerman holds up, and the count full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cardinals trying to chip away at a 11-6 Mustang lead. Big inning in the third for the Mustangs. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch, and that one's up in the zone, and Zimmerman on with a walk here to start off the 6th inning for the Cardinals. Jack Jeffus now the batter for the Cardinals.
Jack Jeffers, number 4.
All right, Coleman set. Zimmerman running. That pitch down in the dirt. Throw is not in time, and Zimmerman with a stolen base. Moves a Cardinal runner into scoring position there, and the count 1 ball, no strikes to Jack Jeffus. Jack Jeffus trying to change spots here with Aiden Zimmerman. 1-0 count, no outs. And Jeffus hits that one, fielded there. Eat up by, and everybody safe. Runners at the corners. Hard hit ball to the shortstop. He couldn't handle it. And Jack Jeffus safe at first. Aiden Zimmerman at third. And Elijah Scantling to the plate for the Cardinals.
Batter number 7, Elijah Scantling.
Cardinals, no outs. Bottom of the 6th inning, trying to chip away at this Mustang lead here. Jack Jeffus takes off, throw back to the pitcher, and not going to bite is Aiden Zimmerman down at third. Now the Cardinals with runners at second and third. 1 ball, no strike count to Elijah Scantling. And that pitch outside, and the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Mariuzzi to follow Peyton Schroeder, Brody Dow after that. 2-0 count, runners at second and third for the Cardinals, and that one stays up, and the count 3-0 to Elijah Scantling.
Good, don't swing.
3-0 count. Scantling standing in there. And the pitch is going to walk him. And that loads the bases for the Cardinals and Mariuzzi. And time called by River Oaks, and I believe we will have a pitching change. Bases loaded for the Cardinals, no outs, and we're going to have a new pitcher for the Mustangs. All right, Marietzi. Up for the Cardinals. Bases loaded, no outs. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. Cardinals trailing the Mustangs. And that pitch finds the outside edge of the plate for strike one. Cardinals with an opportunity here to cut into the Mustang lead. Big time, that pitch outside, and the count even at 1-1. Marietzi fouls that one back into the fence. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Cardinal senior, Marietzi. And here comes the pitch. And he hits that one just foul. Again, like he hit that one down the first base line, his last at bat, Murray with 2 triples in the game. To clear the bases here would be a big deal for the Cardinals. 11-6. Cardinals threatening. That ball's hit hard up the middle. Shortstop fielded over to second. He drops the ball, and everybody is going to be safe. So Marietzi drives home the run. Peyton Schroeder to the mound now for the Cardinals with the bases loaded and the score 11-7.
Peyton Schroeder.
Schroeder hits that ball into left field, and it's going to be down base hit, and that scores a run. And the Cardinals now chipping away at the Mustang lead. It's 11-8. The bases still loaded, no outs, and Brody Dow at the plate. And time called there by the River Oaks coach, and bringing the infield in to the mound. Cardinals were down at one time 11-4, and they're working their way back into the game. Looks like we may have another pitching change here for River Oaks, so we're going to take it with him as he warms up. Cardinals trying to get back in this thing. It's 11-8.
10, Brody Dow.
All right, Brody Dow to the plate for the Cardinals. No outs. Bases are loaded. Cardinals chipping away at this 11-4, what was 11-4 lead by the Mustangs, now cut to 11-8. And Dow swings at that first one, and base hit gonna be, that's gonna score 1, 2, and 2 runs come across for the Cardinals, and Cardinals have worked their way back into this game. The score now 11-10. 11-10 the score. Drew Bostic comes to the plate. No outs and runners at second and third for the Cardinals.
Plate, Drew Bostic.
First pitch on the way to Bostic and inside, and Peyton Schroeder going to come home and tie the ball game, guys. Cardinals have fought their way back into this, and the ball game is tied. Tie ball game, 11-11 now. Cardinals have tied it up. All right. 1 ball, no strikes is the count. Runner at third base, Drew Bostic at the plate. Tie ball game here, bottom of the 6th inning. And Bostic swings at that one. And swings through that curveball, and again, Drew Bostic down 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 strikes on him, anything close. Cardinals have tied the ball game, got a runner at third base in Brody Dow, and no outs. And that pitch high, and the count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Cardinals have tied the game at 11. Bostic asks for time, gets it called by the home plate umpire. The go-ahead run 90 feet away here for the Cardinals. And Bostic fouls that one off, staying alive here in the at-bat. Jackson Wilson, Michael Betts, Aiden Zimmerman to follow. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner at third. In a tie ball game, bottom of the 6th inning. And Bostic hits on for the Cardinals. Bostic puts it in play. And that all right, 1 away. Bases are empty. Jackson Wilson to the plate. He fouls that pitch back into the glove for strike 1. Cardinals never gave up in this game and have fought their way back from an 11-4 deficit, and they take the lead 12-11 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 away. And that pitch finds the outside edge of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Wilson hits that one. Pops up behind second base. He's out into shallow right field, right out on the grass. Makes the catch for the second out of the inning. 2 away, Michael Betts to the plate for Camden Fairview.
Fairview Cardinals, number 9, shortstop Michael Betts.
12 12-11 your score now. Camden Fairview leading River Oaks for the first time in the ball game. And Betts swings through that fastball, and no balls and a strike. Cardinals with 6 across in the frame so far to take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Betts swings, fouls that one back out of play over the first base dugout. And in the hole 0-2 now to the River Oaks pitcher Lafarge here in the bottom of the 6th inning. All right, 2 strikes on him. Anything close. Here comes the pitch. And Betts checks up on that one. Ball in the dirt, bounces behind the catcher, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Aiden Zimmerman awaits on deck if Michael Betts can get aboard here in the bottom of the 6th. After Zimmerman, back around to the top of the order with Jack Jeffus. And Michael Betts hits that one high in there, center field. He's coming on and under it and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Cardinals, though, with a big inning, they put 6 across. They lead it now 12-11, going to the top of the 7th inning. All right, top of the 7th inning. Cardinals are leading 12-11.
Number 2, Criswell.
Criswell to lead it off for the Mustangs. Jack Jeffus still on the mound. First pitch in for strike number 1. Curveball from Jeffus fell right in there, and the count, no balls and a strike to Criswell. Criswell shows Mercer due up in the inning, and that pitch again on the edge of the plate, and Jack Jeffus up 0-2 now to the leadoff man in the top of the 7th, Criswell. Cardinals with a 12-11 lead. And fouls that one off the end of the bat there. Here comes the pitch from Jeffus. That ball hit, fielded by Michael Betts, but can't handle it there. And Criswell's going to be safe at first base. Shows coming to the plate now. Shows representing the go-ahead run for the Mustangs. Cardinals going to move it in, try to protect a little bit from playing small ball here. Let's see. And that pitch. Bostic throws down to first with a pickoff attempt, and just ahead of the tag was Criswell back to the bag. And that pitch just off the edge of the plate. 2 balls and no strikes to Shows. Cardinals with a chance here to turn 2. And that one fouled back, and the count now. Let's see, the count, I believe, is 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner at first for the Mustangs. Jack Jeffers looks over and makes the pitch. That one outside, snagged there by Drew Bostic. 2 balls and a strike now to Shows. Cardinals with a 12-11 lead in the top of the 7th inning. 1 ball, let's see, 3 balls and a strike. 3 balls and a strike's the count. And that one is in for a strike. And that runs the count full, 3-2. Full count. And that one outside, and that's going to put a runner at first and second. Time called. Drew Bostic going to go out to the mound and talk with Jack Jeffers. Runners at first and second, just gives the Cardinals more opportunities for a force out. Nobody out in the inning. Going to have a pinch runner for the catcher. Wyndham going to come in and run for the catcher. Mercer, your batter now for the Mustangs. That pitch down the pipe for strike number 1. No balls and a strike, no outs. Cardinals hanging on to a 12-11 lead here, top of the 7th inning, trying to complete the comeback here. And big swing on that one, and no balls and 2 strikes now to Mercer. And that ball in the dirt past the catcher. That moves the runners around to second and third. No outs in the inning. Cardinals trying to get this thing closed out. And big swing and a miss there for the strikeout. So 1 away in the inning. Woodring to the plate now for the Mustangs. 1 away. Runners at second and third for the Mustangs. He squares the bunt, and they've got him in a rundown. Got him. And in a pickle in the rundown at third, and there's 2 away in the inning. Good job there by the Cardinals to get them caught up in a rundown between home plate and third base. And now we have 2 away. Runner at second base, 2 outs. 12-11 lead. Cardinals hanging on here.
And that pitch in for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes to count, 2 away. In the top of the 7th inning, Cardinals with a 12-11 lead. Cardinals win it. Cardinals come back and win the ball game. What a ball game. These guys never gave up. One of the best performances I've seen out of a Cardinal team thus far, to come back and win the game. Nice outing there by Jack Jeffers to come in and get the win. Comes in and strikes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Great game by the Cardinals. We'll be back in action tomorrow night from Parker's Chapel. Tune in or come out and watch the Cardinals. There again, great game by the Cardinals. Appreciate y'all watching. I think we're going to have a JV game here. We'll leave the stream playing for you. Great game by the Cardinals. They win it 12-11.